I'm on page 141 of your Osborne book, Spreadsheet Functions, Stage 2. We're now going to add the lookup option using HLOOKUP. So I want to insert 3 rows above row 3. So I want it above 3, so I'll click on 3, 4 and 5 because I want 3 rows. Right-click Insert. I want to enter country, exchange rate and currency into C3, D3 and E3. So country. I want to make them bold and underlined, so I'll highlight them, Control B, Control U, or you can click on the icons. In B6 to G6, I want to basically name this range. So I'm going to select B6 to G6 and I'm going to name the range. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to call it countries and press enter. Remember, it's the named range. So if I click off, it will be as B6. If I highlight B6 to G6 or click on the drop down, you'll see that the name range has been activated. In C4, I want to do a data validation with the countries. So I'm going to go to data validation. As I want a list, I'll click list. And as I've already got my source, the name range, I'm going to type equals and countries. When I click OK, you'll see a drop-down list has appeared. If I click on the drop-down, there's my countries, which is from my named range. I want to select FR, so I've done that. In D4, I want to enter a formula using HLOOKUP to find the exchange rate for the country in cell C4 using the data in rows 6 to 9. Now again, I could either highlight this and call it a named range, or I could select the data. The choice is yours. So I want to use the formula HLOOKUP. Now I could either go to formula and I've got AutoSum here, or I could go to home and use the AutoSum there. So more functions, I want HLOOKUP. If you can't find it in your most recently used, type it in and the computer will find it. Like I said, it's exactly the same 4 steps, but instead of going downwards vertically, we're going horizontally. So instead of looking at columns, we're looking at rows. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for FR. Where am I looking for it? Well, I'm looking from here to there. What row am I looking for? Well, I'm looking for the exchange rate. So this is row 1, this is row 2, row 3, row 4, because this is the data that I've selected. So we don't count from the sheet, we count from the data we've selected. Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. Exchange rate is on row 2, so I will type 2, and as I'm looking for an exact, I will type false. And when I press enter, I should get 1.29, which I do, which tells me I've done it correctly. I now want to do the formula again, but I want to do it in E4. So I'm going to click on the drop down. If you've already got it open, don't worry. I'm just showing you in case you missed it. What am I looking for? C4, FR. What's my table array? So I highlight it. Remember to put your dollar signs in, which I didn't do in the last one. So if I do go to replicate, I'm going to have problems. So I'll adjust that later on. What row is the currency in? Row 1, row 2, row 3. And I'll type false. When I'm done, I'm expecting the euro sign. And there we have it. Save your worksheet, keeping the same name, and this stage is now done.